And thank all of you guys for coming down and spending your time and helping clean up our community. October the 10th was a terrible day here, and about this time of evening the storm was leaving, and we were able to lead the police department. Couldn't go many places, downtown area. There was no trees in the downtown area. We had the fire department luckily had secured a big loader, and we got chainsaws and stuff, and we could get to some of the houses in town, some of the residential areas in town. It was a really, really bad sight. And the next day, it didn't get any better. And I would like to invite you guys back when you get old like me one day. Maybe their trees will be back and our community will be pretty again. People like you and groups like you, and we've been blessed with helping the cleanup. It's hard to imagine. We've had storms in the past, they would close school and the sun would shine that day. And on this storm, it arose pretty quick in the Gulf. Wasn't kind of complacent, didn't pay much attention to it. And, next thing you know, that Tuesday, it was bearing down on us and going to be pretty serious. Were we prepared? Yeah, I would say no. Because we've been complacent, like I said, in the past, and things have went around us. It's supposed to go to New Orleans or Miami. It's not supposed to come to Marianna. And here we are. So we wasn't prepared, but our community has come together, and as you ride through town today, I can see progress. I can see hope, and it's people like you that take your time. You could have come down here and volunteer. My wife I come home from work that one day, and you guys, our group, was helping her drag some little limbs out of my yard. I was blessed. Our home didn't sustain any damage. We were without power for about 17 days, so we were truly blessed. I had 4 police officers who lost their homes, and but they come to work. They were at work, and so we rely on people like you guys and volunteer organizations and the government for what they provide us. It was really tough, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. Appreciate what you've done and what you continue to do.
Again, I'd like to thank you guys. We say thank you, and I know y'all have heard that a lot. You don't understand what it means from us, though, because it's hard to accept help because we're used to taking care of things, and we're proud little country community, and so that was tough. And some of you guys that are here tonight were there that day with me, and like Hayes said, our house, we were so blessed. When you went down our street, the house on either side of us had trees in it. The one across from it was destroyed. And our house, all we had was a tree on our shed in the back and a lot of limbs. And I just didn't feel like that warranted taking you guys away from a bigger project. So, he was busy. I got out there, started dragging limbs, and the next thing you know, somebody comes over and says, "Can we help?" And I'm like, no, y'all got much bigger things to deal with than what I'm dealing with, and with some convincing, please let us help you. It still meant the world to me, and meant the world to us. I was talking to someone a little while ago, and I know you probably question why we stayed. Why did everybody stay? And just like Hayes said, we've been through so many storms in the past. But this one blew up really, really quickly. On Sunday, people were in church and something was said about a storm. We hadn't really paid attention to anything. And at that point, it was a tropical storm. We'd been through that. Then next thing you know, it was a 1 getting close to a 2. Well, we've been through that too. And, like you mentioned, they'll close schools, and everybody was talking about, they were going to get a storm day. Kids were kind of excited about that. You get a day off from school. Everybody was planning to be back at either at work or in school on Thursday. And then by the time we saw what that storm had morphed into, it was too late. We couldn't get out. and people just had to do the best that they could do, and that's what we did. You know, it was devastation like we couldn't have imagined, and I know y'all seen it, and I know some of you guys, this is multiple trips that you made, so you've seen it in different stages. To us, you know, it's scary when you can get lost going home because your surroundings don't, I mean, for those of you that are old enough to drive, you know how you drive, and you drive the same pattern every day, and so you don't even really pay attention to what you're doing because you can do it from memory. And we would drive somewhere and look up and not know where we were at, and literally be lost in our own little town, and that was tough. Since the storm, we've had some storms, and the first one had a ton of wind in it, and it scared people. And I know that might sound a little dramatic, but it really did. I mean, it was scary. And then we've had a week's worth of rain, and people still have tarps on their roofs, and tarps are coming off, and, you know, so we're dealing with the after effects of that. But even with that, it's, for all the tragedy, it's been a blessing too, because it's really brought our community out to see your neighbors and talk to your neighbors. And when the cable doesn't work and you don't have power, you become a little more social. So we have, you know, we've been able to visit with people and meet people that live 3 streets over that have probably lived there 10 years and we hadn't met them. And we've met you guys, and y'all have been such a blessing to us. And I told someone earlier, Hayes said we just need to turn FEMA and the state of Florida over to the Mormons, and everything would get done quickly and organized. So I'll be honest, I've been handing your number out to anyone that I thought needed help, because I knew that you guys would help them, and we appreciate that. And honestly, you know, before this, you see these things on TV, but until you're there and you live it, it gives me a new appreciation for you guys who could be at home instead of wrapped up in a blanket in Florida freezing tonight. But it also tells me that I'll be there one day helping somebody else. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you. One last thing. The day after the storm, I was sitting at the park watching the sunrise, and you know, I said, why did the good Lord make something so pretty and tear it up? And I shared that thought with an old man, and he said, son, he didn't tear it up, he cleaned it up. So, you know, maybe he did blow down some trees where, like Amber said, we can meet our neighbor and open our community up a little bit more. So, but thank you again, and you're welcome to Marianna anytime. And thank you so much.